Shalom. Want to give all praises to Yahweh Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rakach Kodash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone that rule well and that teach well. Salutations to all the brothers pushing this truth throughout the four corners of the earth. To you I say Shalom. This is your brother Jeremiah from the GMS Miami Church. And this lesson, I pray, is edifying. I want to talk about how the man is above the woman, and the woman is beneath the man. And I want to bring out the law on the Hebrew servant, because even dealing with the Hebrew, even when the master is dealing with the male Hebrew servant, is different from him dealing with the female maid servant, Hebrew servant, Hebrew maid servant. And I want to get that law, due to that feminist movement and due to feminism, women think that they're equal to the man, but they're not. They're being lied to. They're believing in a false tale. And it's going to be made known that you women are not on the same level of the man. It shows now in today's time, but, the wicked are ruling, the so-called white man. He likes to put the woman on the pedestal. And these heathens in general, they like to put the woman on a pedestal. All right, so this is 1 Corinthians 11, verse 3. But I would have you know that the head of every man is Mashiach, and the head of the woman is the man, and the hand of Mashiach is the Most High. So who's above Yahweh Shai? The Most High, Yahweh. Who's above the man? Yahweh Shai. Who's above the woman? The man. And a lot of you women will find that out very soon. This is the book of 1 Corinthians 14, verse 33. For the Most High is not the author of confusion, but of peace, as in all churches of the saints. Let your women keep silence in the churches, for it is not permitted unto them to speak, but they are commanded to be under obedience, as also said the law. And if they will learn anything, let them ask their husbands at home, for it is a shame for women to speak in the church. Women, they bring forth confusion most of the time. All right? That's why it says for women to keep silence in the churches. The testimony of Yahushua was given unto men, which is the spirit of prophecy. So let the prophets, let the man speak. The women's supposed to keep silent. But in today's time, you see women talking crazy, talking madness. So let's get the law dealing with the Hebrew servant. A good example of that is the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, when you had Uncle Phil, him being the, let's say the master, and his servant is the butler, Jeffrey. Because the scriptures talk about not to rule over the Hebrew servant with rigor, with harshness. All right, you're supposed to, the master is supposed to treat the Hebrew servant well, So let's get the law on that. This is Exodus 21, verse 1. Exodus 21, verse 1, it says, Now these are the judgments which thou shalt set before them. If thou buy an Hebrew servant, 6 years he shall serve. And in the 7th he shall go out free for nothing. So he's going to be working for his master for 6 years. And on the 7th year, he's going to go out for free. He's going to, he can leave. Verse 3, it says, If he came in by himself, he shall go out by himself. If he were married, then his wife shall go out with him. If his master have given him a wife, and she have borne him sons or daughters, the wife and her children shall be her master's, and he shall go out by himself. I'm going to read that part again. If his master have given him a wife, and she have borne him sons or daughters, the wife and her children shall be her master's, and he shall go out by himself. Let's keep reading. Verse 5. And if the servant shall plainly say, I love my master, my wife, and my children, I will not go out for free. Salakia, I will not go out free. So this Hebrew servant, he loves his master, he loves his wife, and his children, and he don't want to leave. Verse 6, it says, Then his master shall bring him unto the judges, he shall also bring him to the door, or unto the doorpost, and his master shall bore his ear through with an awl, and he shall serve him forever. Let's get on that awl is a pointed tool used for piercing holes, especially in leather. An awl, so it's a tool that they use to bore their ears with, to show that that man is a servant to his master. Verse 7, and if a man sell his daughter to be a maiden servant, she shall not go out as men servants do. See, there's a difference. I'm going to read again. And if a man sell his daughter to be a maiden servant, she shall not go out as the men servants do. Read it one more time. And if a man sell his daughter to be a maiden servant, meaning he's selling his daughter to be under the authority under somebody, she shall not go out as men servants do. Keep reading on. It says what? Verse 8. If she please not her master, who hath betrothed her to himself, that word betrothed meaning engage, then shall he let her be redeemed. So if she please not her master, who hath betrothed her to himself, he can let her be redeemed, sell her back to her father or to another, Jake, to another Israelite man. It says, then shall he let her be redeemed to sell her unto a strange nation. He shall have no power, seeing he hath dealt deceitfully with her. And if he hath betrothed her unto his son, he shall deal with her after the manner of daughters. Right, so that's the law dealing with the Hebrew servant, Hebrew male servant, and Hebrew woman servant. Women are female servants. They're under the man. And a lot of you women, you're gonna realize that very soon. This is this the book. Let's get the book of Leviticus 25 verse 39. It says, and if thy brother that dwelleth by thee be waxen poor, and be sold unto thee, thou shalt not compel him to serve as a bondservant, but as an hired servant, and as a sojourner he shall be with thee, and he shall serve thee unto the year of Jubilee. And then shall he depart from thee, both he and his children with him, and shall return unto his own family, and unto the possession of his fathers shall he return. For they are my servants which I brought forth out of the land of Egypt. They shall not be sold as bondmen. Thou shalt not rule over him with rigor, but shalt fear thy power. Both thy bondmen and thy bondmaids which thou shalt have shall be of the heathen that are round about you. Of them shall ye buy bondmen and bondmaids. So there was a difference between, having a Hebrew servant and a heathen servant. We wasn't supposed to rule over the Hebrew servant, our brothers, with rigor, with harshness. The master is supposed to treat them fair. But let's just say something did happen, Let's say something did happen. Let's get Exodus 21. Verse 26, it says, And if a man smite the eye of his servant, or the eye of his maid, that it perish, he shall let him go free for his eye's sake. And if he smite out his man's servant's tooth, or his maid servant's tooth, he shall let him go free for his tooth's sake. So let's say a quarrel did happen, there's a law right there to for the master to let his servant, his male servant or his maid servant, to go, because for his eye's sake or for his tooth's sake, But that's the point of the lesson. Women, this feminist movement have destroyed you women. So it's time to repent, because the times we're living in some perilous times. So with that, I want to give all praises to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rakha, Kodash, Shalom.